here in Cowboys Stadium, getting set for Buffalo and Dallas. Cowboys won the toss and they want the football. Bills coming in at 5-3. The Cowboys are 4-4. And a little thought before kickoff from you, Phil.
Sense of urgency. Feel it. It should be there because if you lose today, your margin of error is so slim with tough schedules going on the road. I think both teams should have that sense of urgency today.
Well, the Bills will be kicking off with a new kicker, Dave Rayner, signed this week after Ryan Lindell was injured while making a tackle the second half kickoff last week against the Jets. Injured a shoulder. He was not put on injured reserve. He's just inactive. So Rayner comes in to pinch hit today. He's got a big leg. And Rayner sends this one through the back of the end zone. So Tony Romo's coming out. Phil, you talked about it. He's healthy. He's feeling good about things. After having, of course, a fractured rib and a punctured lung week 2 against San Francisco. Here's his line. They've got a rookie first rounder at right tackle, Tyron Smith, the 9th overall selection. And the big difference maker here in recent weeks for them has been number 29, DeMarco Murray, who went into the starting lineup after Felix Jones injured an ankle. Jones, by the way, inactive again as that high ankle sprain is not healed. Romo comes out with a little toss over to Murray, who sidesteps the first hit, and Murray's taken off past the 30 and has a quick 15. Big time block by Holland to help clear him.
Yeah, what they did. This is one of the reasons why the Dallas Cowboys wanted the football. When it's man coverage, all you have to do is block one guy. The guy covering DeMarco Murray, and you said it, Montre Holland, left guard. What a block.
Well, the big scouting report coming out of Oklahoma for Murray was that he had great hands.
As we're seeing, he's got it all, Jim. He's got power, speed, moves.
And he's got 4 yards on the ground with his first rush. All right, here's the Buffalo defense under the direction of coordinator George Edwards. They went with the 3rd overall selection, Darius out of Alabama. And Barnett came over from Green Bay. He's made some plays this season. And speaking of a playmaker back there, Wilson, who came out of Arkansas as an undrafted wide receiver and was converted to the secondary, and he has really come on. 2nd down and 6. Over to Witten, and well played by McGee. In on that in a hurry and holds it to 2 yards. And we talked about in the open about Chan Gailey coming back here to Dallas. He had 2 seasons on the sideline for Jerry Jones. Very candid about it last night. They went to the playoffs both years, lost their first game in the playoffs, and he was dismissed.
Yeah, nothing good things to say by Chan Gailey about the Cowboys, Jerry Jones. The 2 years he was here, Jim, he learned a lot, so he took that knowledge. He's taken it to Buffalo, and I think it's helped him be a better head coach.
In his 2nd year now with the Bills. And now on 3rd and 4. They empty out the backfield for Romo, who slings it down the far side, and nice catch. That is Jesse Holley, who makes the grab at the Buffalo 34. It's good for 26 yards.
Well, it's something that the Dallas Cowboys slot receiver 16, they love the vertical passing game. That's what they do. Screens, throw it short, but when Tony Romo, a strong enough arm, the defender McGee never turns around, so he drills it in there before the defender can make a reaction.
Holley, his 4th catch of the season.
Downfield throwing, they did it last week. One of the big reasons why the Cowboys won the game, of course. Helps when the quarterback is healthy.
Going to throw here on 1st down for the long ball. Down the sideline, and what a catch! That's Dez Bryant, who takes it away from McKelvin for the Cowboys touchdown. 34 yards, Dez Bryant hauls it in.
You want to play man-to-man coverage against Dez Bryant. The Buffalo Bills even said they worry about number 88 because of this. When he is on, he can take over a football game. And Tony Romo, confidence, knows if he throws it up, that he can go up and take it away from somebody.
Dan Bailey with Romo on the hold. 7-0 Cowboys in 2 minutes, 48 seconds. march 80 yards, and this catch for the 6. Saw a little bit of that playmaker ability of number 88 and why the Cowboys drafted him with their first pick a year ago. Dez Bryant, and the Cowboys striking with ease and now scoring at home in 9 of their last 11 home games on an opening drive. And that's Bailey. He'll handle the kickoff chores as Beeler, their kickoff specialist, was put on injured reserve this week. So Brad Smith will not run it out. What a snag by Bryant. And the Cowboys have a quick 7 on the Bills.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. KFC, introducing the new KFC Cheesy Bacon Bowl. Today tastes so good. And by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We are back. Jim Nance and Phil Simms and Fred Jackson. We told you in the opening, the home he grew up in was approximately right here on this 20-yard line at this end of the field. And that's where the Bills will have their first snap of the game, with Jackson lined up behind Fitzpatrick, who is in trouble, and Ware already makes the play. Fitzpatrick telling us last night, you've always got to be aware of where DeMarcus Ware, number 94, is on the field. He's got a 10-yard sack.
That's all we've talked about, Jim. We did it in the opening. How can you make that mistake? The first play of the game. The offensive line is going to the right. Why when DeMarcus Ware is to the left? So somebody made a wrong call at the line of scrimmage. There's no way you can misidentify him, that's for sure.
13th sack of the year. Ware on record pace, as is Jared Allen of the Vikings, to break the Strahan single season mark. Here's the throw. Jones with the catch. He's got 6 of it back, but it'll be 3rd and 14. On the touchdown throw, nice pick of a blitz here, huh?
Yeah, DeMarco Murray, 29. Jarris Byrd, the safety, comes, lets Tony Romo get time, and he can coil up. And Tony Romo, he didn't throw the perfect ball, but Dez Bryant bails him out. And I'll tell you what that does. That gives a quarterback a lot of confidence. When in doubt, throw it to the big guy, and the big guy is number 88.
Third and 14. Snap from the 16. Big time blitz. The ball is out. Ruled incomplete on the field. Coming from behind, Frank Walker jarred it out. It's an incompletion.
Well, 3rd downs, that's where you got to be alert against the Dallas Cowboys. They cross them inside. They really confuse the blocking assignments of the Buffalo Bills. Nobody looking outside for the blitzer. Frank Walker, nice hit. Buffalo very lucky to get out of that series without a big turnover.
Ryan Moorman comes in to punt. Aquazi just up off the practice squad. There's a flag down as the 3rd man gets to him. And that's a tackle by Ruvel Martin. Uwasu Anse was released back in September, then reassigned to the practice squad and brought up this week to handle the returning chores as he did a year ago.
During the kick, illegal block in the back, number 32 of the receiving team, 10-yard penalty, timeout.
Jerome Boger will preside over this game. Well, he's been sacked fewer times than any quarterback in the league, Fitzpatrick, with that quick release, but they got to him on that first series, the Cowboy defense.
Ricky Iglesias, and I want to invite you to watch me live right here on CBS Thanksgiving Day for the Salvation Army Red Kettle Kickoff halftime show.
Enrique will be here in a week and a half to perform at halftime of the Dolphins-Dallas game, and will be here as well. Dallas now with its 2nd possession, coming off a 52-yard Mormon punt, plus a penalty against the Cowboys. So this series starts at the 22. And it's Murray cutting back to the inside, where he is knocked down by George Wilson. Holds it to a 4-yard gain. We've got an update. Let's go back to the studio and James Brown.
As Phil Simms knows, it's about the quarterback stand.
It's about Ben Roethlisberger on this play here. He rolls out to his right. He finds Jericho Cotry on the opening drive. 8 plays, 54 yards, 7-0 Pittsburgh.
Ben with 300 or more yards in 3 straight games. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, thank you, JB. Cotry becoming a part of that Steelers offense by the week. His role is growing. 2nd down and 6. And Romo across the middle. He's got Bennett, the backup tight end, for 8 and a first.
Well, that was the first time today that this Buffalo defense said, well, let's give this offense a little credit. And they played a zone, worried about the man-to-man coverage for 2 reasons. They had trouble covering them, and when you do it, it opens yourself up for some big runs by DeMarco Murray. So Jason Garrett, he told us, if they want to play us that way, we got to make them pay. So far, they have.
Romo has completed his first 5 throws to 5 different targets. With the first down at the 34, John Phillips in the game as a blocking back. And there goes a block for Murray. And Murray scoots ahead for another 7. Bird in the secondary makes the tackle. You think about the long history of great running backs here in Dallas, but that 3-game stretch coming into this one by Murray, the best 3-game total in Dallas history.
You know, I was surprised to read that. You know why? I mean, because I played against him at Smith many times, and I could have swore he run for 200 or 300 against us.
Tony Dorsett wasn't even on that list.
It's amazing, isn't it? Tony Dorsett, all the wonderful years and games he had.
On 2nd and 3, it's back to Murray. And Murray has the first down. Huge chunk down to the Buffalo 46. Another 13 for Murray.
Isn't it amazing when we talk to the Cowboys, even Tony Romo talked about DeMarco Murray, this quick draw up inside. Cowboys, an excellent draw screen team. Phil Costa gets down the field to center, makes a nice block, but as he picks his holes, he has power in it. I think Tony Romo said it too. Very patient. I think you asked Tony Romo, is he the real deal? And what was Tony? Tony said yes. He thinks this guy could be big time star.
On 1st and 10, they fake to him this time. Throw it back over his way, and Murray's got another 10 on the target on the pass from Romo. And you added on that conversation to Romo, you know when you've got someone special behind you.
Yeah, well, you know why? Because when you hand it off as a quarterback, you're always peeking. You know, you say, well, how's he doing? What's he look like? And you really get a very good feel for what a special running back is. And DeMarco Murray, yeah, that's the one thing. You can tell he's young and driven. He takes on tacklers down the field.
Philip Tanner has come in for him. And it's a draw to Tanner. The backup to Murray with Jones inactive. And he's able to get 3 out of a small opening. And we got another little opening to go to New York. JB.
Hey, Jim, playing to Tebow's strength here.
Yeah, Broncos opening drive, 8 runs, 57 plays. This 7-yard touchdown run to Tim Tebow. Broncos up 7-0 in Kansas City.
All right, let's take it back to Jim and Phil.
All right, guys, so Tebow continues to make plays on the ground. Quick 7 there for the Broncos.
Encroachment. Defense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That was Kellen Hurd called for that. Get scores and manage CBS Sports fantasy football teams on your mobile phone. To get the free app, simply call *CBS or go to cbssports.com/mobile. So this is the 3rd game that man, Felix Jones, has been out of uniform with a high ankle sprain. We visited with him at practice on Friday. He thinks he might be back soon. Jerry Jones was the one who made the introduction for us. And here on 2nd and 2, that is Tanner. He had 3 Bills wrapped up around him. No gain. Alex Carrington, one of those in on the play.
Yeah, but he still got back to the line of scrimmage. Not losing a yard or 2 is always a big deal when you talk about situational football, especially on 3rd down. The Dallas Cowboys have struggled the red zone this year and picking up 3rd downs. They score a lot of points when they do, They score those points because of big plays in the passing game and DeMarco Murray running it.
Here on 3rd and 2. That picks up the first. With Witten, you saw a glimpse of Coach Jason Garrett really, in a way, starting his second season today. 16 games into his reign, taking over a 1-7 team last year. And he's 9-7 now in that 16-game span. 8 last year, 8 this year. And really things, you sense around Dallas being at the facility this week, they feel like things are coming together.
No question. The plan is in place. He likes his team. He likes the way they practice.
Hey, make 50, Mike. We're going 29.
That catch by Witten moved him past Ozzie Newsome in the 3rd all-time for tight ends. There's the throw down to the 10-yard line and another completion to Bryant. Working on McGee.
Well, that was just the counter throw from the touchdown. You're McGee, you're going to play off. So let's run the stop route to the outside. Usually that route's about 5 yards for most teams. How about that? The Cowboys running at 15. Tony Romo, what a difference watching him throw the football early in this game and last week compared to the previous weeks when he had that rib injury.
He had a 1st and goal to go. Fakes the toss, throws it back to Witten. And he's got about 3 on that one. First 9 throws by Romo, all complete. Now we mentioned Witten. Well, this was not just that catch. It was the catch before it. He moved past Newsome, so he's 2 clear now of Ozzie. In 3rd all-time by tight ends, most receptions, led by Gonzalez and then our very own Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
Shannon, he's coming to get you.
A 2nd goal.
In this offense, Jim, there's no doubt he's going to catch a lot more passes. Jason Garrett played here with Jay Novacek. They know how to get the tight end open.
It's Murray. And they closed in on him after a quick sprint. Picked up a couple. Darius was the one who stopped the gap.
Yeah, Darius really played well last week against the Jets. He was going against Nick Mangold, one of the best centers in the NFL. Man, it was like watching 2 bulls in the center of a ring wrestle. And it was tremendous. He is a run stopper and turning into a force in the passing game too, pushing the pocket, getting around the quarterback.
12th play of the drive coming up for Dallas.
Jason stay, tight end staying in block. He's expecting blitz.
Romo spins away from the hit, throws to the end zone, and he's got his man for the touchdown. It's Robinson getting the start today for Austin.
What a play by Tony Romo. He knows it's a blitz. He says, let's pick it up. There's still not enough guys. You can see there's one free runner coming through there, Scott. But Tony Romo knew it, reversed out. I think this first 2 drives of this game just shows you a confident, healthy quarterback.
LeBron Robinson with his 3rd touchdown of the season, back-to-back weeks in the end zone for Robinson. And Romo has 2 first-quarter touchdown passes.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota. And by Sprint. All football, no limits, only from Sprint.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, congressional approval ratings are at an all-time low and likely to sink even lower when Americans hear what 60 Minutes has uncovered tonight. Only CBS. So Robinson has the touchdown catch, and the Cowboys with a huge opening quarter. Smith takes a knee. 14-0 Dallas. Murray did a good part of the work, but Romo for the first time ever has started the game going 10 for 10 plus 2 touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Bills. Second time the offense out on the field after a 3-and-out. And Ryan telling us last night, this is the defining 3-game stretch of our season. 3-game road trip. Here in Dallas, then at Miami, at New York Jets. It's Jackson. With Sean Lee in on that pile after a couple of yards. Let's meet the rest of the Bills offense. Levitri, once again this week, has to handle left tackle. Moving over from guard with Bell and Hairston both hurt. In fact, Bell is inactive. And Jackson, who averages 100 yards rushing per game, is third in the league. Again, comes home to Arlington. With a whole lot of family and friends in the stands here today. C.J. Spiller has come in, the backup running back who's going to shift over in motion. On 2nd and 8. That is a catch by David Nelson for a first down. Gain of 11, this Dallas defense. Hatcher had an interception last week against Seattle. Cowboys had 3 picks in the final quarter. And Lee is back after missing a game because of a wrist injury. And a flag is down. And Spiller makes the catch. They go hurry up and pick up about 6, but a flag.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 28, moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So the Bills offense, there is C.J. Spiller. Last week went against Rex Ryan, and they were thumped in just about every category in that home loss, and now they go against Rob Ryan, the defensive coordinator for Dallas.
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, they're going to play the same type of defense. No, they're not. Rex Ryan has some of the best cover guys in the NFL. Rob Ryan doesn't have that, so their defense has got to be different. And I think Ryan Fitzpatrick even said that to us. They might be brothers, but they're not related on the football field, is how he kind of said it. But third down, they both have one thing in common, is they are complicated and they get after the quarterback.
1st and 15, and tough catch made. That is Jackson with Lee grabbing him by the ankles. And now we got a fight on the sideline. Terrence Newman is in on it. Elam, Stevie Johnson of the Bills. And now Elam comes over. He gives another shove to Nelson.
Well, that's what the Bills need to do. They'll wake up. Let's get this thing going. You know, somebody make a play.
Well, if you're wondering what started it, check it out. Terrence Newman on Stevie Johnson. This goes all the way to the sideline.
Yeah, Terrence got some strong hands to hold on that long. Yeah, no foul.
You didn't see one there?
No.
Okay.
Let him go.
2nd down.
It's a pillow fight, Jim. Nobody's going to get hurt in that.
2nd down and 10. And that's Donald Jones getting near a first.
You know, you talk about this Buffalo Bills offense. I think their confidence level is up this week. Just because they say this Dallas defense is not the Jets. They think they can throw the football. And, you know, I'm not saying they were overconfident. They thought if they decide to play us in man-to-man coverage like the Jets, we will make plays this week. I think they want to throw the football to open up the running game.
3rd and 1, final seconds of the first quarter. And a little wildcat here with Brad Smith. Taking the snap, and the Cowboys converge. There are flags, and it's near a first anyway.
Dallas Cowboys did not make a good adjustment to the personnel and got too many guys on the field.
12 men on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And much needed for the Bills to pick up some first downs and give their defense a little chance here after being run over here in this first quarter, a little chance to sit out for a while. So that's going to run out the first quarter. One dominated by Dallas. 14-0 will return after these messages, and you're watching the NFL on CBS.
Uh-oh, the Bills in town.
That 60-yard long screen here at Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah, I saw myself on it earlier today. Scared. God dang. You go. Is that what I look like? Unfortunately, yes.
And that's with makeup.
Yeah. Right.
First and 10.
I need it.
Fitzpatrick steps away, and there is a flag back in the offensive backfield as he scrambled for 12. Boy, he did a good job of getting away from the heat.
Illegal use of hands. Defense, number 92. Hands to the face of the tackle. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
Penalty on Josh Brent. And the Bills find themselves on the Dallas side for the first time.
On this side, you're going to see the hand go to the face. Yeah, there it is. Oh, boy, takes the helmet off of Reinhardt. But I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, be alert for that today. The Cowboys, the edge rushers, DeMarcus Ware, Anthony Spencer, like to get off the football, get up the field. It's going to create some running lanes for the quarterback. So if you want to slow that, you want to slow the pass rush down, two ways to do it. Snap count, and if a running quarterback, that'll slow him down too.
They marked off 10 yards instead of 5 because Fitzpatrick had run to the 41.
I don't want to buy lumber from them.
Now they're moving it back to where it should be, the 36. Tuesday, a cop who remembers everything will turn to her family to solve a mystery you'll never forget. Mary Lou Henner, guest on TV's #1 news show, Unforgettable Tuesday, only CBS. First down run for Jackson. And he power drives for about 3 yards. Fred Jackson, second in the league in scrimmage yards, second only to Matt Forte. He's on pace for almost 2,400 scrimmage yards this year, which would be the Bills' single-season record.
You know, you talk about Fred Jackson. How about this one? The Dallas Cowboys want to move DeMarcus Ware around because they don't want Fred Jackson coming out of the backfield hitting him. Because when he chips on pass rushers, he lowers the boom on him.
Second and 7. He's in a slot to the left as Jackson. And the toss is over to him, and the Cowboys swarm right away for a loss of a couple. We've got an update on Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. James Brown, take it away.
Dan, how impressive is rookie A.J. Green?
Very impressive. Big-time young player. Andy Dalton rolls to his left, takes time, throws it up in the air. A.J. Green over 2 defenders, comes up with a 36-yard touchdown. Pittsburgh still up 14-7 in Cincinnati.
A.J. Green hurt that right leg. We'll keep you updated on that. But as Dan says, 14-7, Jim and Phil.
The surprising Bengals and a tie at the top of the AFC North coming into this one. Tied with the Ravens, who've now swept the Steelers already. Third down and 9. Go to Jackson. And again, the Cowboys close in quickly. Hold them to a yard. Newman and Sensabaugh both right there to meet him.
Really good job reacting. The Cowboys know that Buffalo loves these screens. Look at the reaction to the outside, but also all the defenders that come from inside. That's where the Cowboys can stop the screen game when it goes sideways. Their interior defense can really run. DeMarcus Ware, Anthony Spencer, Sean Lee, number 50.
The newly signed Dave Rayner, 52-yard field goal attempt. His first as a Bill. It's a long one, and it is wide left. And the Cowboys will take over at the 42. Rayner for Ryan Lindell. And David Nelson of the Bills is grimacing as he gets a little treatment on his left leg, left ankle. All right, the Cowboys lead at 14-0, take over at the 42 after the missed field goal. Romo steps up, goes for the deep ball, man is there, it's Robinson in stride, and touchdown Dallas! 58 yards to LeBron Robinson.
Boy, the stacked receivers really caught the Buffalo Bills. They caught them off guard, and Drayton Florence says, well, their receivers are together to try to confuse us, to throw a route underneath. That's what you always think. But what it did, it gave leverage to Robinson. As easy a touchdown as you'll see in the NFL.
Bailey makes it 21-0. Robinson, who was released earlier in the year, then re-signed after Austin got hurt week 2. He's got 2 touchdowns today. Romo's thrown for 3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Scottrade. See for yourself why so many investors are saying, I'm with Scottrade. The HTC Resound, the only phone with built-in Beats audio. And by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Now this month, join the NFL Salute the Service campaign to honor our nation's veterans and active servicemen and women. Learn more at NFL.com/salute. And Bailey. Again, this will not be returned. Spiller to the back of the end zone, fields it, and what a start for Romo. He's 11 of 11 with 3 touchdown passes. One to Bryant.
Well, Tony Romo is he's picking up where he left off last week, and I've said it a couple times before the game. Already this one, I thought last week he threw the football as well as I've seen him throw it, and like he did last year when he was hot for about 4 or 5 games. Give him time, put the football in his hands, call the offense around your quarterback.
And Fitzpatrick rolling out. And we saw Nelson on the sideline getting a little treatment on his left ankle, but he's out there for the 9-yard grab.
Let's watch. It's man-to-man coverage. Here's Robinson. When he goes up the field, watch the little shake that Drayton Florence, the corner, guesses a little bit. Oh, see that little move, the little fake outside by Robinson. There's nobody back to help him deep because there's not supposed to be anybody back there. Drayton Florence has got to read the coverage, read the route, and know there's not going to be a safety to help me inside.
Robinson was in camp with the Chargers this year, and they waived him with one of their final cuts. Cowboys signed him, then released him, then re-signed him in September. So there's a 2-yard run for a first down.
You know, Jim, let's go back to that touchdown. Here's one thing you can't do to Tony Romo. When you go upfield with your outside rushers, he is at his best when he steps up. How about that? Just gets up in front of the rush, almost gets the ball knocked out of his hand. But when you want to make it tough on Tony Romo, rushing inside so he can't see over the top of you.
Spiller down at the bottom of the screen. Lined up wide here on 1st and 10. Sideline route, and it's knocked away, but a flag is thrown in there on Terrence Newman, defending on Stevie Johnson.
Well, my eyes say no. I know he didn't turn for
Pass
the ball.
interference. Defense, number 41. Spot a foul, automatic first down.
You are allowed to knock the football down once it gets there. Does he get there too quick? Absolutely not. Oh, well, maybe as I see the second replay.
It's a 21-yard penalty.
Well, Terrence, I'm sorry, Jim.
1st and 10. And Spiller, what a wrap-up right away by Anthony Spencer, holds him to a yard.
I was going to say, I think if you're Terrence Newman, you can't let a play like that rattle you. You were right. You know, you got to be aggressive when you're a corner. And sometimes when you give up a play or get a penalty, you can't let it change you on how you look at the game and how you want to play.
He trots back out. The man up. 1-on-1 on Stevie Johnson, who has been held without a catch so far. 2nd and 9 for the Bills. And Fitzpatrick had to take off. Flags down at the line of scrimmage. Scandrick wrestled him to the turf.
Offside. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
DeMarcus Ware was ready to pounce.
Well, when you're a good pass rusher in the NFL, it's like being a good point guard. You're going to have some turnovers. You know, if you want to be creative and get it done and take some chances, well, you got to guess on that snap count and take it as close to the line as you can.
Trying to get the jump on right tackle Eric Pierce.
DeMarcus Ware switching sides.
2nd down and 4. Fitzpatrick to Chandler inside the 30, and Chandler takes it to the Dallas 20. He's a former Cowboy and grew up right here in the Dallas area. Gains 18.
Well, he's just been such a good part of this football team this year. And as he works across, it helps to be about 6'5" too. That football, when Fitzpatrick let it go, I went, oh, that's going to be high, but it's a easy catch. Pierce on DeMarcus Ware. Oh, a nice little double team.
I'll tell you, on the other side, Fred Jackson did a good job of picking up a blitzer.
Yeah, he got Anthony Spencer.
First down at the 22. Jackson inside the 10, and Jackson down to the 3.
When you're over aggressive as a defense, they crash down inside. Yeah, the inside run is stopped, but who is outside? And that time, Fred Jackson, who just has a sense and knows where to run. Victor Butler, too aggressive, thinks it's going to be an inside run, allows Jackson to get to the outside.
Jackson picks up 19. The Bills have 1st and goal to go. And this is one of the more efficient teams in the league in the red zone when it comes to touchdown conversion.
100%. On goal to goal, they've scored every time.
Fitzpatrick buying time. Now throws, and it's knocked away at the last moment in the hands of Nelson for a while, but then Ball was able to jar it out. That's only the 2nd incompletion for Fitzpatrick.
Watching the flat real quick. Got him, throw it. Outside in Reed. He was looking inside. Fitzpatrick thought it was going to open up inside first. When you look inside, it's hard now to find that outside receiver.
Second and goal. Cowboys look confused.
Running backs deep.
Fitzpatrick has the touchdown pass to David Nelson. Well, you can see the Cowboys before the snap, they were all pointing around, and then they had a couple of last-second substitutions on the field. It never looked like they knew exactly what they were set to do. And Nelson's taken off.
Taking a victory lap.
That's his girlfriend. He probably read the stories this week.
She's going, oh, yeah, thanks. Now that my girlfriend's better.
She'd been talking about, Kelsey had been talking about this week how she didn't know exactly what to do. Was she going to cheer when the Bills scored a touchdown? David Nelson has the touchdown. The Bills are on the board.
I think she's still confused.
Well, the Buffalo Bills drive 80 yards in 7 plays. Fitzpatrick to Nelson for the touchdown.
Made it look pretty easy too, Jim. It was a little bit of everything in that drive. Everybody's involved in this Buffalo offense. The one thing I've always liked about it, watching them, everybody's the first receiver. Always got to be alert the ball comes your way.
Owasu Ansah is the deep returner for the Cowboys. And he'll take a knee. What did you see on the touchdown for the Bills?
I just saw a really hard throw and a nice catch. 86 in the slot. Abram Elam. They pass it off beautifully. He's in position, and he can't believe he missed the knockdown on the throw.
And there is David Nelson with his girlfriend, the Cowboys cheerleader. David grew up right here in Dallas, outside of Dallas. Cowboys run it with DeMarco Murray. He moves that pile at the end, able to squeeze out about 3.
Well, I think what that drive by the Buffalo Bills, what it would tell me if I was the Dallas offense, man, we better keep working. Don't even think about anything but keep pushing, trying to score, because the plays have been there for the Buffalo offense. Little jitters at the beginning, few mistakes, but that last drive was borderline picture perfect.
Boy, that first snap of the game for them when Ware was in on Fitzpatrick for a 10-yard loss, if that doesn't
that'd shake me up.
Take your confidence away. Here's a throw over to Murray. He is going to lose a yard. Nice play there by Danny Batten.
Well, that's important. Danny Batten and Eric Moats, number 52 and 57. You see them switching. They're playing really in the place of Chris Kelsey. Chris Kelsey, tough at the point of attack, can help against a run game. These two have to hold that side up, so that was a good job on that last play.
And the Cowboys have a 3rd and 8. Evan Ogletree splits out wide to the left. Murray again. Murray has the first down the sideline. And Scott was hit by Witten. Nice block by the tight end. Ensured the first down and 17 yards.
Look at the receivers to the left side of Tony Romo cleared out. They love to bring the running back across the formation underneath the wide receivers who are creating space. And you won big plays in the run game or with short passes. Some blocking down the field. Jason Witten, awesome job.
Romo has matched Aaron Rodgers with the hottest start by a quarterback in a game this year, 13 of 13. There's Murray. And again, coming up with the stick is George Wilson. Again, Tony Romo, that second week of the season, had a fractured rib and punctured lung in the game against San Francisco. Somehow came back into the game and led them to victory. And talking to him on Friday, he talked about how this team kind of, again, evolved, found out who they were, some parts that are there that they didn't know were going to be there at the start of the season, like Murray, like Robinson.
Yeah. And it's made their football team. Of course, we've talked about his health. The offense, I think it has to go through him, of course.
And there's his first incompletion.
The one thing I've always liked about Jason Garrett, since he's been an offensive coordinator down here in Dallas, that he knows how to keep the quarterback in rhythm. So no matter how good, Jim, they're running the football, they don't line it up and run first and second down and just stay with it. He will always integrate the quarterback in there to make sure he feels good, comfortable, and when you do that, the quarterback can always see the defense better too. And I think that's the best way Tony Romo plays too.
Jason, the first Cowboy player to ever become the Dallas head coach. Team has another 3rd down situation. 3rd and 6. And this time Witten makes the grab and has the first down at the Buffalo 39. Picks up 18. It's Wilson on the tackle. Wilson, who told us last night the biggest disappointment in the Jets game last week was 3rd down defense. And it happened here again. Another conversion by the Cowboys.
They all look inside to Robinson, who sneaks behind. Well, big number 82. Easy read for Tony Romo. If the defense comes up, throw it over the top.
Dallas now, in fact, 5 of 5 on 3rd down in this game.
Yeah, they were bad on 3rd down coming into this game. Buffalo was kind of counting on that today.
It's down from the Bills 40. Romo now fires it over to Bryant.
Boy, good reload.
And that's Florence. Bringing them down after 4. Tomorrow on CBS, 5-0's turning up the heat. It's a big-time case on a hot new Hawaii 5-0. Tomorrow, only CBS.
You know, Jim, you talked about this offense. Robinson, Murray, even the fullback, Fiametta. Tony Fiametta, number 24, has just been awesome as a lead blocker for in the run game.
Murray, he cuts to the outside. McGee is there and makes a big-time play. Terrence McGee, 4 yards gain. And there was nothing up the middle, so Murray cut outside.
Well, you know, and that's what makes a really good running back. You can't knock them down all the time. So when they don't, every once in a while, the running back has got to make the play, and you got to make somebody miss. Now, last week, he had some plays exactly like that, but he got that left arm out there and was straight arming Seattle defenders and getting a lot of extra yards. Buffalo Bills smart. Go low against a big running back. Hard to get that straight arm down to the ground.
3rd down and 2. And again, the middle is there with Witten. Another 3rd down play by the Cowboys. Picks up 10 and a first.
Well, the big guy is slick inside. Boy, number 82 left of your screen just goes up a little. He fakes like he's going out, and he pivots back in. Again, this is what he does so well. You think, well, he's not fast, but he's always in motion, and he's really smooth. When guys are smooth, they move a lot faster on the field than your perception. That's why Jason Witten was open once again.
3 times they've worked it out, the quarterback and the tight end on 3rd down.
180!
To move the chains again. It's Tanner lined up as the running back. They fake to him, and the toss comes over to Bryant in the open field and unable to escape. Terrence McGee, no gain.
Pretty good tackling outside by this Bills defense so far, huh?
Yeah, McGee's made a couple of plays. One on the Murray run, that one right there.
What I'm saying is it's a good thing. Because, boy, if he's not making those tackles.
Could be.
Well, I'm just saying,
long
a lot of extra yards, yes. Bills defense trying to hang in there, but they are getting the whole playbook thrown at them so far. They're getting tremendous protection. Tony Romo is. That's the biggest problem for this Bills defense right now.
Cowboys have 269 yards total offense. And a 2nd down and 10 as we approach the 2-minute warning. And Murray. No, that's Tanner this time. Philip Tanner, the rookie, out of Middle Tennessee State. 2-minute warning here in Dallas. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report with JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher. They'll have the scores and the highlights, and it's coming up.
I want to say this to Coach Cowher. That guy across from Des Bryant's pretty good. Robinson says there's another guy when Miles Austin is out there. We had him on our radar because he looks good on film. He looks good in the games. Cowboys were very confident they would take up the slack.
3rd and 6, and there's Bryant setting up the Cowboys 1st and goal to go. Punted in front of McKelvin, picks up 11.
What do you do against Des Bryant? It's really tough. He's so big and strong and quick. McKelvin was in good position, needed to hit him, so he couldn't make that quick move inside. Look at the separation that he has just on a quick slant route. And man, he handles that football. I'd tuck it a little more last week. He fumbled on about the 1-foot line.
That's right, in the first half against Seattle. And that was a 6-6 game at halftime because of that mistake. Seattle was still in it. Bryant wide to the left. Robinson in the slot to the left.
But take your time. Take some clock off. Take away Buffalo's last drive.
It's Murray. Murray takes it down to the 3. And there is a flag. First signal is holding.
On the defense.
On the defense.
Holding. Defense. Number 96. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Well, Terrell Troop, maybe he is, and it is a call that you see every once in a while, right at the nose on the center. He's trying to hold the center because he doesn't want him to come up and block the linebacker. So a lot of times a defensive lineman's job, occupy blockers so the linebackers can make tackles. That was a good call.
So 1st and goal to go. Minute 9 to go, first half. It's Murray, and Murray is in for the touchdown. second touchdown of the season. He ran behind Fiametta.
Fiametta, very good role player blocker, but it's really like a little fake screen draw, and I really like what it does. It separated the defense just enough to give Murray that nice running lane or hole into the end zone.
Just the fourth rush touchdown for the Cowboys this season, which is tied for second fewest in the league. There were 17 players who had more rushing touchdowns than the Dallas Cowboys as a team. But Murray's got one, and he continues to sizzle. 28-7, Dallas.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by K Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K.
Well, nothing like a little Texas barbecue, hard 8 style. Got your pick there, Phil. A little ham, a little sausage,
A little bit of all.
a little turkey we saw being carved. We'll save that for a week and a half's time when we'll be back here in Dallas. Murray has a touchdown, his second of the season. His first was a 91-yarder. This one from a yard out. There wasn't a clean handle here, or the handoff.
No, it wasn't clean. Looking for the running lane, that sometimes can cause that. Fiametta, nice block inside. But how about that? DeMarco Murray, pretty tall linebacker, gets low enough to get past George Wilson at the goal line. You know, DeMarco Murray runs very determined. When he doesn't have a choice, he'll take the contact and drive you backwards.
Right, the Bills with a minute and 5 to work with and 3 timeouts. Come out gun. That's Jones. Decked by Newman. Picks up 8.
Well, Buffalo does have 3 timeouts. So if you complete this pass, I would call one immediately.
Ball was tipped and nearly picked off the hands of Frank Walker.
When you break the pocket against the Cowboys, and you go outside, you got to be ready. How about that DeMarcus Ware right along with Fitzpatrick, and really could have been a deflection that could have ended the game if they make the interception.
Meanwhile, Stevie Johnson still held without a catch. And they better be careful. 40 seconds to go. If they don't convert here, Dallas has 3 timeouts to play with.
Good point.
Good job of protecting the pocket. Incomplete. And that was going to Stevie Johnson.
Well, they did the right thing on defense. When you play offenses like the Bills, some of them we see now, the Patriots, whatever the distance is, play that distance. So the coverage underneath was very tight, and they forced Ryan Fitzpatrick to throw it to a 15-yard in cut.
Mormon out to punt. Owasu Ansah is the returner. Cowboys. Signal fair catch. Back at the 12. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Coward will have the scores, the highlights, and all that coming up on the Sprint halftime report. That was a 60-yard punt by Mormon. That's the 7th punt this season of at least 60 yards. Here's what the Cowboys have done with their 4 possessions.
Well, there won't be any halftime adjustments by the Cowboys offense.
No.
What do you say? Well, man, I don't like what we did. Well, let's see if we can do that again. So, but what a performance by the offense, the offensive line, the play calling, Romo sharp, physical.
As Murray still on his feet, and he shifts around to the other side. Got a good blocker up ahead. And Murray able to race out to the 40 with 15 seconds to go. Will the Cowboys take a quick timeout?
Call that timeout.
25 yards by Murray. Cowboys got the timeout. Murray was shaken up. He landed on his left shoulder. It's the fourth straight game he's had at least 70 yards rushing in the first half.
Yeah, he reached that arm out, fell on that arm, Jim. It could be.
They go with Tanner on the ground. Picks up 3.
Cowboys play it safe, smart.
And they take another timeout with 7 seconds to go. Time for maybe one throw. Try to set up a possible long field goal.
Yeah, the Cowboys are complaining that we did not call a timeout. They wanted the clock to run out and just go on in at halftime.
Murray's going on in early. After landing on that left arm. So there you go. First half comes to a close. Dallas just went up and down the field 4 times. Setting the pace with that first drive of 80 yards in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Romo was 18 of 19 in that half for 237 yards and 3 touchdowns. Back with a Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Dallas leads it 28-7 as we get set to start the third quarter. Dallas will be kicking to Buffalo, and let's take a look at the NFL Mobile Recap presented by Verizon. That opening drive of the game, Romo took him right down the field for just a couple of minutes, and Des Bryant out battling McKelvin for the catch and the touchdown, the first of 3 Romo touchdown passes. You go back now over the last 6 quarters, Phil, and Buffalo's been outscored 55-18. What do you expect we're going to see coming up now?
It's the defense. They got to find a way to stop the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know, you can't say, well, we're going to start blitzing Tony Romo. Well, I haven't seen any evidence that you can cover the wide receivers. So it's a dilemma for the Bills. Just do better. Everybody do a better job themselves and see if the normal defense can slow them down to give their offense a chance to get back in the game.
Of course, Romo 18 of 19 with the 3 touchdown passes. That going against a defense that has 15 picks on the season, second most in the league, but no answers for Romo in that first half.
I think when you look at it, Jim, and real quickly, just to talk about the Buffalo defense, who's going to make the plays to give them a chance to get back into the game? Is it a pass rusher? Is it a defensive back that could maybe intercept the pass?
Well, there's a short kick here. And
oh, great job. Did he get his foot down? So he's out of bounds when the ball's touched. That should be a penalty.
That was Brad Smith. I'm not sure if he wasn't inbounds when he caught it. You're right. If you just catch it with 1 foot out, it comes out to the 40.
It's not, and he has to have possession.
You were talking about this just this weekend, right? Why you don't see this more often.
We brought it up to, I think, the Cowboys, and they said, what? We go over it constantly.
We practice it all the time. Now here, if you're Smith.
Get out of bounds. Well, he definitely touched it before he went out of bounds, before that left foot got down. He needs to get there, then touch it.
He was trying to do it, but he was out of sync. He didn't have the left foot down. So instead of being at the 40, the Bills will start at the 17.
I think Chan Gailey might
challenge this.
Yeah, there's the flag. He didn't throw it very far.
Buffalo is challenging you on the field. that the receiver was stepping out of bounds when he touched the football.
Okay, so it'll be a 23-yard decision. Jerome Boger will check out the replay of it. He'll review it when we come back.
Well, the Buffalo Bills are going to lose this challenge because you have to have that foot out of bounds before you touch it. So the fact that he touches it with now he's in bounds, that's why the ball is going to be marked exactly where he catches it.
After reviewing this play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver caught the ball with 1 foot down in bounds and then stepped out of bounds. Buffalo is charged a team timeout and 1 challenge.
You know, I don't disagree with Chan Gailey. I think they were trying to make that decision quickly. I don't know if they had a chance to look at the replays, and I think he figured it's worth 23 yards of field position to risk that 1 timeout.
So now all 5 Buffalo drives have begun at or inside their own 20. Going for the deep ball. It's Spiller, and Spiller never quite had control of his feet. He was off balance, running all the way down. In fact, he had all kinds of room. They got a flag.
Number 94 blows to the head of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So Ware on the roughing penalty will get the Bills out of that jam, but it very nearly was a long one. There's the hit.
Yeah, just hit him high, helmet to helmet. C.J. Spiller, ball on the outside, and what happened is C.J., you were right. He looked up for the football, put his arms out, and lost his balance, and there's the roughing, helmet to helmet.
Second penalty on Ware today.
That was a message by the Bills offense, Jim.
And peeling off a nice run is Fred Jackson out to the 45 for 13.
And I think that's where you run it.
His Fred Jackson journey from right here in Arlington, from right on this very site, up to Coe College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then on to the indoor league for the Sioux City Bandits, where he played with his twin brother Patrick. On over to the World League over for Rhine. And then on to the Bills. It's been quite a journey, and now just a amazing season he's put together, over 800 yards through 8 games.
Never started a high school game. I want to meet these other running backs.
Lamar High School right here in Arlington. Here he is weaving, and really not a whole lot of room there. He picks up 2 yards. Well, he went up to Coe College. Out of high school, he weighed, 145 pounds.
Right, he told us that, last week. Hard to believe, Jim, real quick, because running backs usually, in high school, they're fully developed and they're stars right away, so he wasn't.
So he goes up to Coe College, 1,200 students there, and became not only a star player there, but a huge follower of the greatest show on turf, and Marshall Faulk was his hero.
That's right. We asked him, what did you do at Coe College? Everything. He did it all.
Kind of what he's been doing this season for the Bills.
Good point.
He's in a slot to the left on 2nd down and 8.
Oh.
Watch out, and the ball is out. Cowboys are there and unable to fall on it. They had 2 Cowboys. It was Ware right there. Now they're going to rule it incomplete anyway. That was Scandrick who hit Fitzpatrick.
It's an overload to the quarterback's left. The offensive line doesn't adjust, and then you should have scooped it to the outside. When you're outside, that's the time. Well, that was a throw by Fitzpatrick. What a pair of hands to hold on to the football and still get it going forward.
Yeah, it did. It was really hard to be able to keep that motion going, but it's an incompletion after all of that. And it's a 3rd down and 8. There's a flag in the second.
There is no charge timeout on the play. The ball was touched by the defense. We should have reset the play clock to 25 seconds. No timeout, and we will reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
So no delay of game because the play clock never properly reset. Ball had been touched for a moment there inadvertently by the defense. So the Bills are back to that 3rd and 8. So Jason not happy with that explanation.
He said there was 15 seconds left on the play clock. That's what he is complaining about. And now you're going to let him have 25 seconds.
This is the first time in NFL history that we've had a situation where a pair of Ivy League alums oppose one another, a coach versus a quarterback.
That's right.
Ryan Fitzpatrick got an economics degree in 2005 at Harvard. And Coach Garrett, who got his degree in history at Princeton back in 1989. And the two of them are 2 of 9 quarterbacks out of the Ivy League since 1954 to play in the NFL.
They have something else in common. They were both coached by Chan Gailey.
That's right. And Jason had to pinch hit and play some games for Coach Gailey down here when Gailey was the Dallas
and really kind of just compared him to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Maybe not quite the same arm, but smart to throw the football on time, find the right guy. Dallas going to try an overload blitz this time from the other side, maybe. And the quarterback's right.
On 3rd and 8. Fitzpatrick gets it away, and Jones fights for the first. Big time effort by Donald Jones.
Yeah, it is. Speed receiver, Donald Jones. Boy, I'll tell you what, too. And Fitzpatrick, he just puts everything into these throws. He is throwing it as he's giving it every bit, throwing the fastball. But watch Ryan Fitzpatrick. Doesn't leave anything back, does he? And I'll tell you, over the years, I've watched him improve every year. I can see physically he throws it a little bit better every time I see him.
That's the Bills' first 3rd down conversion of the day, and it leads to Jackson ripping off a long run. Down to the 24, running behind Levitre for 20.
Well, what you have to be aware of here, now they're going to run this football. Look who's up inside. You got Walker as a linebacker, number 25. And oh my gosh, the center Eric Wood says this is like a little snack for him. He just tears him up. Levitre on the outside gets to Marcus Ware. The inside pressure on the run defense is not there. That's why the Dallas Cowboys have to be careful about putting extra defensive backs in there.
Another new set of downs. Fitzpatrick steps up and takes off and slides to the 20-yard line for 5. For the Ivies, most career pass touchdowns in the league, Sid Luckman out of Columbia. Jay Fiedler, and then Fitzpatrick at 60 now. 15 of them coming this year. Actually 16 now with the one today to Nelson.
Cowboys defense, when you spread them out with these receivers like now, they really get hurt in the run game.
On 2nd and 5, set up screen. It's Jackson in the open field, and the Cowboys close in on him. And they back him up for a loss of about 4. That's Danny McCray.
Danny McCray, number 40 now. He's in there. He is a good, stout defensive back who can play linebacker a little bit. And you see, not afraid to attack and make the tackle. McCray and Barry Church, number 42, comes in there. Barry Church is really the run stopper.
3rd and we'll call it 8. Needing to get to the 15 for a first. Across the middle, and what a hit. That's Sensabaugh with the hit that stops him a couple short of the first. Stevie Johnson with his first catch.
4th down, since it's 4th and short. Chan Gailey got to go for it. 28-7. What makes you think you're going to stop the Dallas offense the rest of the game? It's a good decision by Chan Gailey right here, I believe. Nobody watching the quarterback.
Going for it to the end zone. No, incomplete. Intended for Donald Jones, and Alan Ball was there defending. The Cowboys take over on downs. 4th and 2, they go to the end zone, and it's incomplete.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by Ford. Drive one.
Jim Nantz, Bill Sims, 3rd quarter. And Cowboys Stadium and the Dallas offense. And that first half had 4 drives for touchdowns. Murray, who was shaken up late in the first half, he is in to start the 3rd quarter, has the carry and takes it out for about 8. The ball came out at the end. And it's ruled Dallas possession, 2nd and 2.
Good blocking up front. You're the Buffalo defense. You got to think, here it comes. A running play. Bird on the big hit. Look at that, reaching for that football and knocks it out. Marco Murray. Looks like he fell on it. He had the front point of the ball covered, but he had the back end loose. That's why I was knocked out.
Tanner comes in for Murray here on 2nd and 2, and it's Tanner taken off for the first down. How about the 4th down play that the Bills attempted a moment ago?
Well, let's look at it. It's a big play in the game. Down here, we got Alan Ball against Donald Jones. As you watch it, you're going to see nice move. He got him beat. The throw was just not there for the touchdown. But look at all the other receivers on the field. Nobody else open. So Ryan Fitzpatrick made the right decision. Just threw the football a little too high. But it was a big play because if you score, it pressures the Dallas team, the offense. That's how you get back into this game, by making them keep taking chances.
It's Tanner. And he fights for a couple. Bird on the tackle. Stay in the game all season long with the NFL's new selection of mobile apps. Get unparalleled access to stats, fantasy news, video, and more. Go to NFL.com/mobile today. Well, you see the Bills have thrown it 20 times. Cowboys an even split rushing and passing.
No.
George Wilson, and a safety for the Bills, shaken up with a stinger. Searcy is in for him. Romo spins away from the hit, throws it to Witten. Witten on the sideline, incomplete. He was able to get away from Searcy. Was Romo. Searcy in there for Wilson.
Man, Tony Romo, he has got a great feel for this blitz. He saw it the whole way. It was what they call a 2-week blitz. Only one blocker over there. He knew it. 2 spinouts today. Just what a... we talked about it, Jim, but can't you just tell watching Tony Romo? Man, it's there. He feels it.
Right there, Boston.
He's healthy, confident, and the offense back in full swing.
And that's only his 2nd incompletion.
Slipping.
On 3rd down. That's Murray, and it's almost intercepted. That was Searcy, who was ready to take off with that. The Bills lead the league in takeaways, but they haven't had one today. They almost got a big one.
Little pressure. They're all up there. Tony Romo going for the safe throw. That's a miss. The extra defender is Searcy. He's the one that missed the sack on Tony Romo, too.
First punt of the day for Matt McBriar, who was questionable coming in with a foot injury. And McBriar sends a big one down around the 10-yard line. Spiller runs away from it. Well, spotted at the 16. 52-yard punt. Dallas up 21. And we're back here mid-third. The 5-3 Bills, the 4-4 Cowboys. It's been Dallas from the start. And that was Josh Brent of the Cowboys jumping.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Thursday on CBS, a Cold War spy returns for revenge. Don't miss the new hit drama, Person of Interest, Thursday, only CBS. So the Bills get a little 1st and 5. They put together a nice drive here at the start of the third quarter, but came up empty, turned it over on downs, deep in Dallas territory. Patrick has time to unload a long one, and Jones unable to get the separation in time. He was open.
Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick rough today. DeMarcus Ware, first play, and then a couple just huge hits. That's 3 just, well, you wake up the next day and you know that some big man just ran you over.
Well, he got that wake-up call on the very first snap of the game with Ware in his face and a 10-yard sack.
Chances have been there. That last play, Donald Jones has gone for a touchdown. It just took too long to develop.
Gets rid of it quickly. And has Stevie Johnson, the sensible, holding him to only a yard.
Well, that's the favorite play of the Bills offense when I watch them. The outside receiver comes underneath. The inside receiver, watch him come underneath and watch the attack by the defense. This is what the Jets did last week. It ruined Buffalo's short passing game and keeps putting them in situations like this. Early in the year, those short passes were going for 10 yards. Now they're going for 2.
Remember, they had a 1st and 5. Now it's 3rd and 3. And that's not going to be enough for the first. Donald Jones. Not a deep enough route. He's a yard short. And Scandrick defended.
Well, again, how about that? Scandrick he was going to run off the field. So the Cowboys, about 3 times the defensive side, confusion on the assignments. Lucky that time.
So Mormon comes back out to punt for the 3rd time. Fielded on the sideline. Owasu Ansah. And Brad Smith on the hit. 45-yard punt. No scoring so far here in the third quarter. Dallas leads 28-7.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by E-Trade. And by the Droid Razor. Thin is no longer frail. Only at Verizon.
You know, Friday was Veterans Day, and they've been honoring our servicemen and women today here at Cowboys Stadium. There's still an injured Buffalo Bill player down, Chris White, who was down on the punt coverage team for the Bills. A rookie out of Mississippi State. Even though they brought out a cart, he's able to get to his feet. And the 6th-round draft pick. At least a good sign there at the end. By the way, look who's here. J.R. Ewing.
There you go.
Larry Hagman.
Love that show.
Yeah, it was of course, big-time CBS hit long ago, but he even got the hat still, huh?
I know, I love the hat. You know, I just want to say this. You had your cowboy boots on this weekend. Yeah. You need that big hat. Come on. That way you'd be...
I wear those boots all the time.
I have never seen them.
My Texas heritage.
I'm out.
Yeah, it's good to be home.
You need it so you don't step in it.
It's Murray. Murray to the short side. And he has a yard. We've got an update. Let's go back to JB and Dan in New York.
Hey, Jim, Cincy has battled away.
All right, guys. Andy Dalton, the 1-yard touchdown down here to Jermaine Gresham, tying the game at 17. Dalton's second touchdown pass on the day, 17-17 in Cincinnati.
Cincy was down 14-0 back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Well, how about Dalton and how about his Horned Frogs yesterday? TCU beating Boise State, which might open up Houston now into the BCS situation in the Sugar Bowl. Here's Romo throwing across the middle, and he's got Bryant spinning around going backwards and gives back some yardage to his own 48.
Tony Romo said when he talked to us the other day, just that, I'll get to that Houston comment in a second, but he gives a lot of credit to the offensive line. Look at that protection. Look at the lane that he has down the middle of the field to see the receiver make the throw. Nobody in the picture with him. So the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys haven't given them enough credit today. They've played a lot of games together now. They've been stable, and it shows in their pass protection.
Three-step drop and another completion. This time it's Ogletree to the 35.
Another good example. You know, anytime you have second window, first it's covered, I'll just wait on a three-step drop. When you can wait for that second chance to throw it inside, well, that's pretty good stuff.
At 17 yards, Ogletree.
Nice tackle by Bird. Bird and George Wilson, who's not in there right now, they are two sure tacklers on the defense, both safeties.
First and 10, and Romo is looking long, and now will run with it, slide for a yard.
Well, you know, today, the protection, we've talked about it. It's been so good by the Cowboys, but when the blitz comes, Tony Romo sees it, spins out. This is the drill all quarterbacks do, but he does it in the game. Outside pressure, he's able to step up in the pocket. Nice, beautiful, soft throw for the touchdown to Robinson.
You know, he's thrown it 23 times. He has not been sacked. This Buffalo defense had really an odd season. They had 10 sacks in a game against Washington, most by any team in the league in one game this year. But the rest of the year, they really haven't done it. Second and 9, they go draw, and the Bills are waiting for it. Nice piece of tackling by Kellen Hurd, and he knocks back Murray for a loss of 3. College football next Saturday on CBS, the Home Depot SEC. It'll be Mississippi State at Arkansas at 3:30 Eastern time, and it all begins college football today. So Vernon, Gary, and Tracy, they'll have it for you up Arkansas way next Saturday on CBS.
Dallas offense, power running, screens, draws, and Tony Romo throwing it down the field. This is what Jason Garrett envisioned.
Third down, caught by Robinson, and he's going to be about a yard short, maybe 2 of a first. And that was McKelvin who came over to finish off the play. Gains 11.
You kick the field goal. I was going to say it makes it a 4-score game, but not necessarily, because 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. And if you're on defense, don't forget who the holder is.
Dan Bailey, who's a rookie out of Oklahoma State. He's made 20 of 21 on the year out of Mustang, Oklahoma, where he was also the state high school champion in golf. He's got a 45-yard attempt on the way, and look at Dan Bailey. He's good. He hasn't missed at home this year. He's now 15 of 15. Well, Dan Bailey has just converted on a 45-yard field goal. Make him now 21 of 22 on the season. His only miss was from 21 yards against San Francisco, the shortest miss in the league this year. But other than that, little hiccup. It has been an unbelievable year for the rookie by way of Oklahoma State. And look who's here. Roger Staubach doing a little guest radio appearance here and speaking yesterday to the Navy midshipmen who were in town to take on SMU. And there's a former CBS colleague, my personal sports hero growing up, right there, Roger Staubach. And he spoke to the Navy midshipmen before the game, as did former President George W. Bush.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I loved Roger Staubach growing up. I wanted to be him, and I got to play against him. So that was like, wow, Roger Staubach's over there. I was like honored. Did he beat me?
1st and 10. You weren't the only one. As Fitzpatrick is intercepted off the rebound. It's Newman. And Newman out of bounds at the 25. Off the fingertips of Donald Jones. Marcus Spears was creating a little havoc on the quarterback.
Just enough havoc, Jim, to make the throw slightly off target.
Eric Wood of the Bills was shaken up trying to make a tackle. We got a timeout. And Eric Wood, the starting center for the Bills, limping to the sideline with an assist from Urbeck and Piers. And here he is getting tangled up with Marcus Ware.
It's just, maybe it was the feet that tangled. I don't know, but boy, that is a big injury for the Bills.
They've already got such a banged up offensive line. So the throw was influenced by Spears' pressure.
No question, just enough. And you can tell he's falling backwards as he throws it because he has to protect himself right off the fingertips. Good job by Newman staying up and staying relaxed to catch the football. But you take these chances, 31-7. If the score was tied, would he risk a throw like that? I don't think he would. And big plays down the field. The Bills are not making them. That is really hurting them the last couple weeks. Fitzpatrick only averaged about 5 yards of completion today.
The screen pass, and it's a dangerous one. And that is Murray being hit right away by Nick Barnett. You saw that one unfolding.
Sure did. Nick Barnett, man-to-man coverage. Watch 50 come into your screen. That little hesitation is enough. Boy, we said it last week. Nick Barnett, I heard a few Cowboys talking about him. It's all out. He's all in. Showed it on that play.
Knocked him back for a 5-yard loss. Boy, and he came colliding right into that tender left shoulder of Murray, and was injured in the first half, though he hasn't really missed any time. 2nd and 15. And they come back to Murray in traffic. It's a catch, but no gain. Troop was there to hit him. How about the Saints and the Falcons? JB and Dan have the story.
Drew Brees has a nice streak going, Dan.
Oh, yeah. 7 plays, 82 yards off a play-action pass. 33 yards to Robert Meacham down the sideline. Great catch right here. 17-13, New Orleans over Atlanta.
Let's take it back to our guys, Jim and Phil.
All right, guys. Of course, that one's for the lead position in the NFC South. So the Saints off the 2 Breeze touchdown passes, one to Meacham, one to Jimmy Graham. 3rd and 16. And that is Murray taking off and leaping out of bounds. He jumped over Jarris Byrd.
Yeah. Well, they're going to tell him in the film room tomorrow.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, you've proven you're tough. You're going to be the running back, but we need you for the rest of the season. That is really dangerous. Of course, we saw one last week that could have been a disaster for the Jets.
Man, that is some impressive hang time, though.
It is. But, I can't even laugh about it because I know how close for it being serious.
Wow.
Well, he was the dunker on the basketball team. Now we understand why.
Yeah, I think we know why now. 36-yard field goal attempt. And Bailey is good again, his second one of the quarter.
Swish.
Yeah, we've got the Summer Olympics inside of a year over in London. Maybe we can get Murray on the U.S. team as a hurdler.
And just look at this. Hits clears the helmet of Bird, too. And you know, what is the key to tackling DeMarco Murray? To get around his legs. So you want to go low and hit him. So Bird's going to do a form tackle. Coach, I did what you told me. But he's been impressive. You know, it just goes to show you, Jim. You said to me, how was he drafted in the 3rd round? Because I think running backs are so unique in the NFL now. When you watch college football, it's hard to tell which ones are going to translate to the pro game. Because for running backs, it is truly a different game than college.
He's now got the Cowboy 4-game record based off his 88 yards factored in today. He scored 65 touchdowns at Oklahoma in his career there. And that's the all-time touchdown mark for the Sooners.
He did it all. Caught it, returned it, ran it.
Spiller decides on second thought to bring it out. And it's Carter on the tackle at the 18. For more than 30 years, the must-see show the pros watch. Unscripted, unrehearsed, unpredictable. Join the best team in football. Inside the NFL Wednesdays on Showtime.
Well, you know who's behind the scenes there that drives it all with his great knowledge.
Mike Lombardi.
Yes, he just, you know, the man that knows it all.
Yep.
So
he's your insider.
Yeah, he is the insider. Does a great job. Along with Warren, JB, and of course
Kevin Kowalski. Killed you to say that, didn't it?
No, I didn't. I just said because I'm over.
Kowalski comes in at center, number 60. Beg your pardon. Urback moves over to center. And that's a gain of 11 for Jackson to run out the 3rd quarter. Cowboys get a couple of field goals in the third, 34-7, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Well, we start the 4th quarter. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. First down for the Bills at the 30. Red Jackson now has 73 yards running on the day. That's through the hands, Stevie Johnson. But this was a Bills team that came into the game tied for the lead in the division in the AFC East. Now, we've seen them 2 straight weeks. This is not the same team that we saw at the beginning of the year.
Well, I think when you look at the Bills, you're right, Jim. The last couple of weeks, it's got to shake their confidence a little now. This team is going to be driven by this offense, by Ryan Fitzpatrick. This offense is designed around him. So they got to be precise, score the points, and they got to keep their defense off the field some. And that's what they haven't done that the last couple of weeks.
Fitzpatrick playing in Dallas for the first time in his career. We talked to him about that last night. He's got a 2nd down and 10. And he's got a completion to Jones at the 48. Though he had never played here, Fitzpatrick came to Dallas on 3 occasions or more, actually, during the summer. 3 total weeks to be here to support his best friend, his roommate from Harvard. There he is, Brandon Cram. Ryan was actually his best man in his wedding back on April the 9th, and while away on the honeymoon, Brandon became ill, comes back, find out there's this strange virus, and he has to have a liver transplant over the summer. So Fitzpatrick spent a good part of his summer being down here, being a great supportive friend. And Ryan has the completion to Chandler.
Well, it is a true friend when you talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick. We got to meet Brandon last night, so he was in great spirits, said he was coming to the game. I told him, man, make sure you don't wear your Romo jersey to the game now. You know, so they had a good laugh there, but well, you could tell their friendship was real, and it's a great story of helping out your friend.
Roommates at Harvard, best of pals. Brandon lives right here in the Dallas area. He's sitting with Ryan's family, his mother and father coming over from Arizona. 1st and 10. The give inside, and the running lane is there, and the ball is out. Jackson was running with it. He lost his first fumble of the season last week. Ratliff has the ball. Sensabaugh delivered the shot, but they rule that he was down, and it's a first down. Gain of 11.
Good tackle by Sensabaugh. That football is out. It is a fumble. And this can be reviewed. Who recovered it? You have to see decisively who recovered it. But it is a fumble.
Well, I saw Ratliff of the Cowboys running around the field with it. Challenge flag is out.
We might have seen him run around the field, but you'll have to show it again to the official. I was going to say the ground can't cause a fumble when there's contact.
It's challenging the rule on the field that the runner was down by contact.
So the Cowboys are going to challenge. They think they have a takeaway. Well, here it is. One more look.
Hit on the elbow. Watch. Helmet to the elbow. Football has to come out. Now you see the scramble for it. Chandler misses it. In the back there, you see Jay Ratliff clean. There's the football. He's going to get up with it here in a second, number 90. So there's the evidence you needed. Dallas.
After reviewing the play, it is a fumble. The ball carrier lost control of the football prior to hitting the ground, and we have a clear recovery by Dallas, number 90. It will be 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 13:25.
Couple of takeaways for the Cowboys in this half. An interception, now a fumble recovery. Jackson had gone 14 games without losing a fumble. Then he lost one last week to the Jets and another today here in Dallas.
Hustling to the football, good hard tackles, speed, things that cause turnovers. Buffalo's offense, they're going to go back and watch the film and go, wow, did we have a lot of chances to get down there and score and make plays, taking advantage of none of them.
And Murray slides to the outside and darts out to the 34. Yeah, he's got 5, maybe 6. Here's the schedule next week on CBS. Doubleheader action early. Many will see Cincinnati against Baltimore, those teams that are in that chase in the AFC North, plus other regional action. And then late the doubleheader game will be in Chicago, the Chargers in Chicago, all starting at noon Eastern time with the NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines. So doubleheader day next week, leading into Thanksgiving week. We'll return here to see the Cowboys against Miami on Turkey Day. 2nd down and make it 4. And that is Murray running over Drayton Florence and galloping out to about the 47.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys, their offensive line, when you watch what they've done today, they've protected well. And look at Fiametta goes outside. Holland, the left guard, comes across. They got the Buffalo Bills on the move right now. And a nice cut by Murray.
Murray goes over 100 with that run, Phil. 17 carries, 106 yards.
Well, he is, what a find by the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe a star running back out of the 3rd round.
3 out of 4 games now over 100. They continue to feed him, and he's got another 5.
How about that run? Well, you know he's strong. He walked into our room, shook our hand. He's a polite man, says yes sir, no sir. He shook your hand and, well, I don't want to say what you did.
No, it was a pretty firm grip.
Yeah, it was really a firm grip.
Well, you know, you just made a point about that last run. Tony Romo said, you know what's neat about him? Sometimes there's nothing there, and then you think it's going to be 2, and he gets 4.
Yeah, which is, you know, everybody goes, well, what's the big deal? That's a big deal in this league where, you know, the difference between 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 5 is maybe 14 points at the end of the day.
It's Tanner. Gives Murray a break, and he's within a yard of a first. Third down coming up. We've got an update. Back to JB and Dan in New York.
Hey, Jim, Phil's going to love these numbers. Go ahead, Dan.
Tim Tebow, 2 for 8, 69 yards. This is his second completion, but it's a perfect throw.
Perfect throw.
Right in stride to Eric Decker, 69 yards for a touchdown. You can't beat a perfect throw.
And at the end of the day, all that matters is?
You got to win.
All right, let's take it back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
That is amazing. As the Broncos now lead it by 10. Inside of 7 minutes to play. 3rd and 1. And Tanner fighting for it, and
They might have got it with that extra effort.
yeah, it was like 3rd effort. Searcy was in on the hit. Romo's looking down the line.
Well, we did that update about Tim Tebow. What is it? He's 2 for 8?
2 for 8 for 16. He had 1 completion for 13 yards before that play to Decker.
Tanner is a strong runner. He knows his role on this team, and that is to come in, don't dance around, just hit it up in there. And that exemplified everything for him. He is actually a nice changeup from DeMarco Murray.
Cowboys have another new set of downs at the 44. Tanner gets the job done, and Murray returns to the Cowboy huddle.
Well, you think about the team. Robinson comes in at wide receiver. Man, what a nice get by the Cowboys again. He fills the role. Great job, Miles Austin's out. Fiammetta, the fullback's really filled in. And then Tanner pressed into service, and another guy. So that's, when you talk about having a good football team, there's about 6 or 7 role players on your team, a couple on each side that put it over the top.
It's Murray, and he's going outside, and he's got room. Florence tries to get the angle on him, and Murray goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Yes, you talk about how much you lean on your scouting department. Guys at Dallas like Chris Hall, college scouting coordinator, Rich Beam, guys like that who have made a difference, and you're seeing it out here today. Judd Garrett, who's helped them in their pro scouting, picking up guys like Robinson.
You know, I watched that last play. That looked like Darren McFadden when we did a Raiders game this year against the Jets. An inside run, nothing, and they just sense it. They can see it outside and almost around the corner completely. You protect the edge, he'll run up inside.
From the 32, they give it back to Murray. Murray's got room on every handle. Now coming back middle, what a run. Murray down to the 20. We asked him, well, who was your hero growing up? He said, I was more of a Barry Sanders guy.
Yeah. Well, he's got a little Barry Sanders in him, except he's about, 4, 5, 6 inches taller and a lot heavier. But the moves, the feet are tremendous. Man, those jump cuts. And, of course, the power.
Of course, when he had that one magnificent game against the Rams, when he had 253 a few weeks back, he did get a text after the game from Emmett, breaking Emmett's single-game record. Congratulating. Tanner's in for him, and it's Tanner up the middle. Tanner, hard running, down to about the 13. Picks up 8 more. DeMarco Murray has a touchdown, his second of the season. Ripping off runs. It's up to 135 yards on 20 carries. That's almost 7 yards a pop, which has been his average on the season. He leads the league in average per rush by over a yard per carry.
Hudson Houck, offensive line coach, new group really. This offensive line, it's been rebuilt since Jason Garrett took over as head coach. And they are molding the right way.
Tanner this time stacked up.
You think, Jim, just think of it. I know what if is a big thing in the NFL when you talk about players. But DeMarco Murray coming out of college said, I thought I was going to be drafted either by New England or Philadelphia.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
He really thought those two had really centered on him.
Yeah, no idea. When he got the call from the Cowboys, total surprise.
Grew up in Las Vegas and went to Oklahoma and had that record-setting career as far as touchdowns scored, most in school history. He's the 71st overall pick. Third down for the Cowboys. And Tanner's going to be backed up for a yard.
Yeah, didn't read that one right. A little too quick. Maybe too shallow on the handoff. Should have cut it up inside, but...
So the Cowboys are going to bring back out Dan Bailey.
I think the Cowboys, Jim, are going to probably take the play clock down to 1 second and call a timeout.
So there it is. Cowboys with 5:15 left in the game. Out of the break, Bailey will be looking for his third make of the half.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade. State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking. Get to a better state. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
And we're back for the final 5:15, and the Cowboys are looking to add 3 more. The only man to have scored in this second half is, in fact, Dan Bailey. He's made 21 consecutive field goals on the season. It's 22 of 23. Now look at that perfection. That was from 31. Look at 23 of 24. And Dallas is up by 30. Well, 37-7. These two franchises have met in back-to-back Super Bowls. Super Bowls 27 and 28. Dallas won them both, one of them very decisively, out in Pasadena. This is Spiller. Big attempt by Elam to try to strip the ball away. It's a 35-yard run back. So we talked about in the first half, Phil, how the Bills had to be matched up against the Ryan twins. Rex last week, Rob today.
Well, the Bills will be glad to get away from this family, that's for sure. But, you know, when you look at those two brothers, both defensive coordinators, of course, Rex, head coach of the Jets, is that, you know, they bring a certain energy to your football team. And Rob Ryan, no matter what you think and say, he can coach it up. He knows how to X and O it, and he knows how to connect with players. Jim, we talked to DeMarcus Ware, couldn't say enough about him. Teaches you a lot of stuff about the game that you didn't know.
Finally started drive from outside the road, 20, and it's intercepted, and it's Newman for the second time, and Newman's going to take it home for the touchdown. Terrence Newman.
Tried to look it off, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and throw on time, but it really isn't a timing route. When the receiver's coming inside, you have to see it, then throw it. And a lot of defenders out there.
Fourth career touchdown for Newman. Third by way of an interception return. He had one on Thanksgiving a few years back against the Jets. 2 picks on the day plus a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. Switch now and get a whole home DVR upgrade for free. And by Subway. So many $5 footlong favorites available every day.
If you're the Buffalo Bills, Well, you're a fan of the Bills. This season has started out with so much promise. What are you thinking right now?
You're 5-4. That's what it's going to be, Jim. No matter how you lose, don't go, oh, it's not a defeat that's going to crush the team and they can't come back from. But here's how I would look at it. The offense has to play better first. You look at their schedule. At Miami, at the Jets, neither one. Of course, nothing's easy. Who are we kidding? Every game there is going to be tough. And the defense has got to find a way to pressure the quarterback. That would be the other big issue with this Buffalo Bills team. And, there's a couple. The passing game, when you play this type of offense and you spread it out, it does, to me, you spread it to throw it short, you bring it in to throw it down the field. So I think they've had a hard time getting the big plays in the passing game.
That is Spiller. Actually, Jackson for 8. Take a look over at the standings now. Again, one of 3 teams tied in the AFC East coming in. What about Jets-Patriots tonight?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Can the New England Patriots, of course, what everybody's going to be looking at, and myself when I get back and get a chance to watch the game, can the New England Patriots find a way to get away from the New York Jet defensive backs? That seems to be the overriding story all week, and that's the one I'll follow.
Fitzpatrick to Johnson. There is a flag thrown. And it was Newman on the coverage of Stevie Johnson. That was good for 8. But we'll check the flag. And it's going to be against Newman, I believe, interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 41. Spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Coming up, the Subway postgame show. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cower. I'll take you around the league, all the early action highlights.
Jim, just to look at this.
That last pass, by the way, Phil, was incomplete, but they accept the penalty. Go ahead.
Just the Dallas Cowboys looking at him. How about it? We talked about it. Tony Romo, he's back.
It's Jackson. Out to the 41. Well, really showing today what this team is capable of. And, several times during the year when we've watched games waiting for the doubleheader game to kick, you've been saying all along you think the Cowboys, now you see what they've got with Murray, you've been feeling all along they have the potential to be one of the, one or two best, one of the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I really don't have any questions about their offense. I really don't. We saw Robinson filled in well for Miles Austin. The fullbacks come in. We've seen DeMarco Murray, Tony Romo, but I got to see more actually from the defense. Scores misleading today, giving up a lot of potential plays.
That's Jackson running out of bounds at the Dallas 44. As for the Cowboys, gain of 15. Cowboys schedule, well, their next 2 will be against Washington and Miami. And those 2 teams are meeting down in Miami right now with inside of 3 minutes to play. And the Dolphins looking like they may win a second straight game. They're up 20-9 on the Redskins.
Look at that schedule. Philadelphia Giants, division rivals. Giants twice
in the last 4
weeks.
How about that? Of course, they open up the weekend 2 games back of the Giants, who will be playing later today against San Francisco out west. That's Chandler, makes the grab, but has only about a yard out of it. Backed up by Barry Church. So we give the Cowboys the win to go to 5-4. New York at San Francisco later today. While Philadelphia is surprisingly in a tight one, tied in the 4th quarter with Arizona. Inside of 3 minutes to play in this one.
Well, I say it to you. You hear all these sayings of mine, but the season's like 4 years long. So it goes up and down, and where do you finally fit your team and get it together?
Nelson has the Bills touchdown today. He's down at the 34. How quickly things changed. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Cowboys were manhandled at Philadelphia 34-7. Talking to Jason Garrett, he said he's felt pretty good this year about the fighting on every play by his team. They had played 8 games coming in. They were 7 winnable games.
Right.
Had that really ugly performance at Philadelphia that was only one that he wanted to toss aside.
Well, I think what he has done, which we've seen with other teams like the Bengals, they are a team, the Cowboys.
Taking a lot of pride as Jason Garrett and reminding these players about the rich heritage with this franchise. Every day reminding everyone to be invested in being a Dallas Cowboy. And Stevie Johnson's going to the locker room for the Bills and favoring that left shoulder. Again, the Cowboys came out and off their first drive, it had the makings of a blowout early, and they just confirmed it here in the second half.
Well, they came into the game with confidence, which they should have had after the way they played last week. Wow, this team is going to be flying this week in preparation and in practice. You know, wins like this, Jim, it does a lot for you.
First down for the Bills. Final 2 minutes here in Dallas. Over the shoulder, and the catch is made by Roosevelt. Naaman Roosevelt. Coming up, we've got the Subway post-game show with JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cower. All the latest scores and highlights. Recap of all the early games coming up on the Subway post-game show. That a catch by Roosevelt, who has the longest pass play of the season, a 60-yard touchdown grab against the New York Giants. That sets up the Bills at the 11-yard line. Jackson down to the 6. Hasn't been a fun homecoming for him or for Chan Gailey.
No, that's right. But it does, you know, Chan Gailey, his job this week is to go back and what? He was pretty hot under the collar, Jim. We talked about it even last night, talking about the Jet game. Didn't like the way his team competed. I think now he's going to go back and probably do the opposite. Love them up a little, get their spirits up, and know that not a lot's changed. You're still in the middle of all of it.
He thought his team would be able to bounce back off the poor performance against the Jets. He said they do a good job of doing that. Fitzpatrick guns it, and that's an interception. That is Frank Walker with the pick in the end zone. Walker playing for his 6th team. A lot of you may remember him when he was with the Ravens. Let's see if it's a clean grab.
Well, I'm just not sure what happened. Just by the body language, I just can tell there's some confusion here what's going on.
Did this hop into the hands of Walker? No, he had him down.
Done it all the way.
Well done.
Well, we'll be back here Thanksgiving, Jim Nance.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. Miami Dolphins.
Hitman takes a knee. Romo's completion percentage today. Ready for this?
Yeah, I know.
This is going to sound familiar to you. 88.5%. 23 of 26. Well, one better than 22 of 25.
Yes, that's right.
And your great Super Bowl MVP performance. And that is a single game Dallas record.
He really, everything. He was fantastic today throwing the football. No question about it. I just want to know, what can the coaches, they can always find something to kind of keep you on edge. What are they going to find wrong with this game with the Dallas Cowboys? Nothing.
We'll have to look long and hard.
Yep, just an impressive performance.
Cowboys and the Bills will both walk off the field now at 5 and 4. Chan Gailey, one time was the coach here, and Garrett was his quarterback for quite a few games. Won a big one, in fact, for him up in New York one time. Final score is Dallas 44 and Buffalo 7. Coming up next, the Subway postgame show. For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long from Arlington. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, and we'll join James Brown in New York after this.